These 15 iPhone tips are hidden in plain sight, and once you learn them, your friends might think you work at Apple. The tips I'm going to go over today only get better and better, so make sure you stick around to the end to see what I consider to be the number one tip of them all. Let's dive in. Silence unknown callers. Tired of pulling your iPhone out of your pocket just to realize it's most likely a scammer? You can easily silence all incoming unknown callers with one simple setting. Head to Settings, Apps, Phone, then silence unknown callers. Turn it on and now your phone won't ring whatsoever when you have an incoming unknown call. Set a charge limit to save battery health. The battery health on an iPhone is the first thing buyers will look at when considering purchasing your used iPhone. Not only that, but having a higher battery health percentage means you can go longer on a single charge without having to fill up throughout the day. With iOS 18, there's a way to ensure you protect your battery health as much as possible by setting a charge limit. For optimal battery protection, batteries like to stay between 20 to 80%. Therefore, I recommend setting your charge limit to 80%. Head to Settings, Battery, then Charging. You can now adjust the slider to whichever percentage you like, but again, I recommend setting it to 80%. For me, this is more than enough to get through my day-to-day. But if you need more juice for, let's say, a road trip or a long day out, set it back to 100% for those specific instances. Quick scroll. This is a game changer for quickly scrolling through long articles or when you have to scroll through those awfully long terms and conditions pages. Simply grab the little scroll bar at the top right of your screen and you'll feel a little vibration. Now you can pull it down and quickly scroll to wherever you'd like on the page. Quickly swipe between tabs on Safari. If you're like me and have several tabs open on Safari at once, there's a really neat way to quickly switch between tabs without even having to open the tab menu. Simply swipe left on the address bar to quickly jump to an older tab, and then swipe right to jump to newer tabs. Bonus tip. This works exactly the same for switching apps without having to open the full recent apps drawer. Accessing the recent app drawer can be tedious at times, so I personally don't do it at all. All I do is swipe left or right on the home button bar to quickly switch between apps. I find this method much faster and more reliable. Widget stacks. Do you find your home screen gets a little crowded with all the widgets you like? Here's a way to free up a lot of space and add a ton of functionality to your home screen. You can have as many of the same size widgets as you like in a single scrollable widget stack. I like to have my calendar and weather widgets in a stack, as those are the widgets I use the most for quick at-a-glance information. To do this, simply grab a widget and drag it onto one that's the same size. You'll know you've created a stack when you see the little white dots beside the widget. Now you can long press the stack and click Edit Stack. Now add or remove widgets to your liking. Hide, delete, and reorder your home screen pages. Do you have pages on your home screen that you find you only use here and there? Or maybe there's a page you want to delete entirely, but you don't want to sit there and remove every single app one by one. Introducing the Pages menu. Long press your home screen to activate wiggle mode, then select the Pages dots near the bottom. You'll be greeted by the Pages menu, which shows you all the current pages you have on your home screen. You can temporarily hide pages, reorder them, or delete them entirely by hitting the little minus sign at the top left. Live text and QR codes. Want to quickly take notes of somebody's business card details, copy receipt information, or maybe instantly save notes that are written on the board into your Notes app? Live text on iOS 18 compatible devices is a game changer. You can instantly copy any text in the real world to your clipboard on your iPhone by simply pointing your camera at the text. This little symbol in the bottom right will pop up. Click it, and your iPhone will recognize the text and give you a bunch of functionality without even having to take a picture whatsoever. You can copy all, use writing tools on Apple Intelligence supported devices, look it up on the web, and even translate it. Just make sure you have this feature turned on by heading to your camera settings and clicking Show Detected Text. If you're like me, I'm sure you've used your camera app to scan a QR code and then wait for the little yellow link to pop up and click it. There's a much faster and more reliable way to scan QR codes on your iPhone. Within your control center, long press to enter edit mode. Click Add a Control. Now search the word Scan. You'll see the Scan Code control appear. Add this to your control center. Now, whenever you need to scan a QR code, simply point your camera at the QR code and it will instantly load that page in your default browser. Two-finger select. Whenever you're in any piece of Apple software, including iMessage, Mail, Calendar, Photos, Reminders, and so on, you can take 2 fingers and drag them down to instantly select multiple items. This is much faster than opening the Select function and individually selecting each item. It works wonders for deleting large chunks of items, or if you just want to share multiple items at once. Send current timestamp of your podcast. Have you ever been listening to a podcast and halfway through there's something you really want to share with a friend? As you know, you can share a podcast with anybody you'd like. But did you know that you can actually share it from the exact timestamp that you're currently at? This is much easier than sending the timestamp manually, and saves the person on the receiving end from having to manually scroll through and find the exact part you're trying to show them. Simply hit the share button as you normally would, but this time near the top, you'll see from start. Click that and it'll give you the option to either share it from the start or from the exact timestamp you're currently at. Drag and drop images, text, and links. This trick blew my mind when I first discovered it. If you long press an image and wiggle it a bit until it floats, you can use your other finger to select other images and add them all to a little stack. While still holding the stack, you can then navigate through your phone as you normally would and drop them wherever you'd like. An example of where this could be useful is adding multiple photos to your Files app or dropping them in an email to instantly attach them. This trick works the exact same for text and links. Want to add a link to an email you're about to send? Grab the URL from the address bar until it floats. Then switch to your email app of choice and let go. We still have 5 more pro iPhone tips, but before we cover those, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you're the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. All right, let's get back to it. Use Siri to read an article aloud. Trying to read an article but find yourself busy and would rather listen to it instead? Siri will happily help you out with this. While you have an article open in Safari, hit the little symbol to the left of the URL. Then select Listen to Page. Siri will begin to dictate the article for you.
What did Canadian voters make of the big debate? April 18th, 2025. Ali Abbas Ahmadi. BBC News, Toronto.
And even better, if you have your AirPods connected, you can turn your phone off and Siri will still continue to dictate the article.
Canada's election campaign has ramped into top gear, with voting day just over a week away.
Another way to activate this feature is by activating Siri and saying, "Read me this article." Hey Siri, read me this article.
On stage were Liberal leader Mark Carney.
Quick scroll on your home screen. Do you have several pages on your home screen and often find yourself scrolling through them? There is a much faster way to do this. If you hold the pages indicator dots near the bottom, you can quickly scroll between pages and get to the page that you desire much faster. Find yourself scrolling through the endless options of emojis trying to find the exact emoji that you rarely use? This trick works the exact same here as well. Just hold your thumb down on the little symbols at the bottom and begin scrolling left or right. Zoom in and out of maps one-handed. Sometimes when you're traveling or just out and about, you may only have one hand free when using your Maps app of choice. If you double tap your screen then hold, you can slide your finger up or down to easily zoom in and out with one hand. Quickly clean up your Safari tabs. If you're a tab hoarder like me, you probably have a lot of tabs on Safari that don't exactly have to be there anymore. There's 2 really neat functions to deal with this issue. You can long press a tab and close every other tab except for the one that you pressed. Or if you just want a clean slate completely, you can long press the done button and close all tabs at once, instead of individually closing every single one of your tabs. Instantly remove the background from any image. Do you ever wish you could easily remove the background from an image? Maybe you want to send a subject from a photo you've taken as a sticker in iMessage. Or pull that same subject into Canva to create a new display picture for social media. This feature blew my mind when I first discovered it, and now I use it all the time. All you have to do is long press the subject you want to isolate from any photo until it starts to float. You can then navigate through your phone as you normally would while still holding it, and then paste it wherever you see fit. The possibilities with this are basically endless, so have some fun with it. So, what do you think? Did you learn something today, or can you think of any tips I may have missed? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, this has been Nicknology signing off. This works This works exactly the same for quickly switching apps without having to open the full-blown This works exactly the same for switching apps without Bro, I can't get this line. This works exactly the same